March cannot get here soon enough.
Is this the
Uh,
most talked about thing? Not the whole TikTok being
this.
down for a day and then coming
Oh,
back up? That's
no,
not
no, no, no,
that's
no.
not the
I'm
most talked
not.
about thing? No, no. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm talking about the most
Yeah.
talked about important thing.
Ah,
Daredevil Born Again. We got a
yeah.
new trailer last week that, oh my gosh. If the show just carries on the vibe that the trailer does, then we're good.
It's
We're
gonna be
great.
bloody. It's gonna be gruesome. It's gonna be everything we want it to be.
Yes. I think this is probably the most violent trailer I've ever seen in the MCU.
The
Like,
amount of breaking bones and blood.
yes.
But it's also funny because like the majority of the time you see Daredevil and
Mm,
Wilson Fisk, talking inside of a diner, but it's those
right.
like little flashback moments that you get like that blood and that gore and you're like,
Mhm.
oh, it
Yeah.
looks so good.
And man, there's so many because of this trailer, so many theories out, so many people trying to guess, different things that's going to happen. One of the most talked about things of this trailer, I think, is Karen and Foggy going to die or are they going to survive? Because we don't get to see them much in the trailer, but what we do,
Mhm.
they seem happy-go-lucky, and we know
Mhm.
Daredevil's not a happy-go-lucky show. But then also we hear from him and Kingpin meeting at the diner. You know, why would they be meeting when they hate each other so much? And he's not been doing Daredevil for a while, or it's going to, I'm sure it's
Mhm.
going to show us why. But like, what brings him back into being Daredevil? Better yet than his friends getting killed.
It has to be somebody died, man. Like I
Has
mean
to
honestly
be
though, like if you're saying that like hey, there was a line that was crossed and I didn't want to come back and
right.
okay, cool. And now you're focusing on your law practice and then all of a sudden now you're getting back into it. Unless these
Right.
are flashbacks of like before, and
Yeah.
then like him meeting the Punisher is real time, but
Yeah.
I don't
I don't
know.
know.
I think it is one of them has to die, I think,
I think so too,
in
and I
order
think
to at least bring him back.
I don't know if it's been like discovered or not, but I want to say I heard. I don't know how official this is, so take it with a grain of salt. But I think Karen's only supposed to be in 3 episodes. Yeah,
Hmm.
I think that's I don't know if that's rumor or I don't know if that's leaked, leaked memos that got out or what, but I don't know. Uh, I don't know, but man, everybody looks great in this. It's so good to see Punisher John Bernthal back on screen. We get to see Bullseye
Yeah.
back, and we know like there's a good time gap here that since because I mean this is
Mhm.
picking up now after season 3 of the Netflix series. They've made this
Mhm.
canon, but there's a pretty good sized time gap because they also talk about how they both have moved up in the world. We
Yeah.
see I think we see Kingpin last in the Echo. She's getting ready to think to run for mayor, and he's already
Yeah. He
mayor in
he made
this.
that decision to
Yeah,
run for mayor at the
right,
end credits or whatever the last season of
right,
or the last episode of Echo. So that's what we're like missing is like that
yeah,
time gap. All right. So like what happened? You see him now out of jail because the last time we saw him,
hmm
um in Daredevil and the
season
Netflix
3.
series,
Yeah,
he was getting arrested with Vanessa, right? Like
I
that was
believe
the
so.
last thing that we saw.
Yeah.
And I mean, we know time has passed because
Right.
we saw his daughter shoot him in the face and then him come back and Echo and have that like artificial eye and stuff.
Right.
So um yeah, it's a lot of questions of okay,
It
so
is.
that happened, now we're here. We got to see a little bit of kind of like piquing our interest of cameos. So we got to see one of the oh, shoot, I totally forgot Luke Cage's club.
Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
here's the thing, like, out of that series besides Daredevil and Punisher, Jessica Jones is probably the 3rd most loved, and then you can't have Jessica Jones without Luke Cage or Luke Cage without Jessica Jones. So to me,
mm-hmm.
by seeing Luke Cage's that area from his, that club from his show, you have to
Yeah.
say Jessica Jones is in there. Uh,
Yeah, so in Times Square is where you saw like that little like poster
yes.
for his club. Do we think that is just like a hey, he's still here, or do we think that we're actually going to get to see him? And
Right.
I really do think that we are going to see Jessica Jones. And then do you think that we're going to see the Purple Man in this? Do
I don't
you, do
know.
you think
I
David
don't
Tennant's going to show back up? Like I love David Tennant and I would
Oh,
love
yeah.
to see David
Yeah.
Tennant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Uh
he played an amazing Purple Man. So,
They th there's so many possibilities for this show, it's insane, like, truly
hmm
insane,
yeah.
and God, because we've also, I mean, just where we've seen Matt Murdock, we've seen him as She-Hulk, we've seen him as Spider-Man, No Way Home,
Hmm.
and then obviously, you wonder now, he's been focusing on his law, job, his career. I mean,
Hmm.
business, and like, who has he represented? Because like for Kingpin to say, I've noticed you moved on up in that. What big names has he been representing now? He's actually getting paid. Uh,
Yeah.
so I don't know, man. There's so many. I'm so excited. Like I sat there, like when that trailer came out, I think I watched it like 6 times in a row. And then also, like, what else would bring Kingpin and him together than more likely Muse killing somebody?
Mm.
Like Muse looks like a sick villain. Like,
Yeah.
like I know he looks super comic accurate, but I mean he looks scary. I mean he looks like somebody you would not want to run into if it was real. Uh,
Oh no, absolutely not. Not with the amount of blood and everything. Like he trains his victims to use their blood as
for
like
the artwork,
artwork. Oh
yeah,
my God. And to
yeah.
see like in the trailer you got to see like people, strung up. And then you're like, "Oh, is he draining them with for their blood?"
I don't
Like,
know. Well, you get to see Matt like take one guy and just jump on his leg and just snap the leg too, and
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, like this truly is, I think, the most gruesome, bloody, violent MCU
Hmm.
trailer ever to date. But like, I think us before this show has came out, we need to see that. We needed that reassurance, especially knowing that they filmed half of this show and then they completely drew back and redid it.
Hmm.
You know,
Because
and
it wasn't going to be canon, and then they were like, "Hold
right,
up, like
right,
I think that we should just make it canon. Like
yeah.
it's good." And that's when Karen and Foggy came back into
Right,
the
because they weren't
show.
initially in the first right.
Correct.
So that's another
Right.
thing is like, well, if they brought them back because it's canon, they bring them back just to kill them off, or like, I don't know. Oh, I got so many questions, but it's almost there. It's almost there.
Yeah. And the good news is that Charlie Cox actually said that they're going to start filming the second season before the first season even airs on March 4th. So we know
Yeah.
that
Oh yeah.
that's probably going to be coming out in the following year, or next year rather, since we are in the new year.
Well, I mean, we might as well say we already know this, but like Daredevil, when it comes out, it's going to be the most successful Disney Plus MCU project to date from Disney Plus being created. Like
Right. So
I
we know
call it.
that
I think it will be.
that's going to be good. In what, 9 days now, we have that Spider-Man series that's coming
Yep.
out.
Friendly Neighborhood
So
Spider-Man. Yep.
man, like I
Yeah.
don't, I don't know. We'll see,
I'm
because
I'm
we
ready.
have the Marvel Zombies that everybody's been like super hype up about. So
Yep.
I think we have a lot coming this year that
We
is
do.
going to be really great. But I do think that Daredevil is going to be top tier and is going to
Oh
be up
yeah.
there, at least top three.
Yeah.
Calling it
Yeah.
now, top three.
Top one, but anyway. Yeah.
Top one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm calling it. I'm gonna say it's gonna be top one. Most successful, most watched, most viewed, most streamed, whatever. But
Yeah, because the trailer itself has already
mm,
broken records.
right.
So,
Speaking of other things in Disney Plus and MCU, Vision Quest is going to have a character reprised that probably is not on the forefront of anybody's mind at all. But from 2008 Iron Man movie, Faran Tahir that plays in the Ten Rings, he is actually,
hmm,
like, I think it's confirmed that he is actually reprising his role in Vision Quest.
damn.
Yeah. Uh,
That's okay.
so we know, he was part of the Ten Rings. We know at the end of, Shang-Chi, his sister takes over the Ten Rings. Like, I
Hmm.
wonder if they're going to start tying more projects in together into this, and how it's going to play in. I have no idea. Uh, makes obviously, like, leaves you so much room to wonder what's going to happen. Uh, but I don't know. Do you think, like, maybe the Ten Rings will be after everybody might be on a deal of trying to control the new White Vision and use him as a weapon, or
I mean, that would make sense if he's just like
yeah,
computerized and doesn't really have much of a brain. I mean, at the time that we saw him in WandaVision, now
right,
he has more
memories and
thoughts. And
yeah,
yeah, exactly. So
and he's had
maybe
some
he's
time
going to
to
be
process it.
harder to. Right, he very much does, but like we know Infinity Ultron is kind of still a thing, so
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
I
I don't
don't
know,
know.
man. Like
You think we'll
I
ever
think
get
that
an
they're gonna
Infinity
try to.
Ultron on live action?
fingers crossed over here.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie,
I
that
mean,
would be
like, if we
crazy to
get it in
see.
Secret Wars, we have
Yeah.
like a lot of projects coming up, and we got
Oh
to kind
man.
of see him in What If season 3, right?
Mhm.
So it's on the forefront now of everybody's minds again.
Right.
So I hope that we do get to see him again.
I love me
But
some Paul Bettany, and I love him as Vision. But if we
yeah.
do get like a version of Infinity Ultron in Secret Wars, it should be
Hmm.
only right to let Ross Marquand voice him, since he's the one that's been carrying his voice through the whole What If series with him. I think that's
Do
only
you think
fair.
they're gonna let him like do the whole get up and everything? Oh,
Oh, did not mean to do that.
that's okay.
Yeah, I will.
Do you
I'll cut
think
that
he's
part
gonna
out.
do the whole?
Sorry. Go
Do you
ahead.
think he's gonna be able to do the whole like get up, or like for
Uh
Ross Marquand? Do you think they're gonna have
oh
him
yeah,
do
it's
that, or
true.
do you think they're just yeah? Because like I
Mm.
mean, it's like if it's live action, it's gonna be live
It
action,
still needs to
right?
be
So
Paul Bettany's face, kind of, don't it? So they may just let him do it.
I mean, it
Yeah,
doesn't have to be like there.
sure.
It's the same thing with like Black Panther. If we do get a new Chadwick
T'Challa. Yeah,
Boseman T'Challa, yeah, he's not gonna have the same face. So
sure,
like if
sure.
we have a Red Skull even with Ross Marquand,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah,
it's a different face. So
yeah. I mean, if it comes from another universe, I think they could get away with using Ross Marquand's face
yeah,
then. Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
don't let it be our White Vision. Just let it be some kind of cool glimpse from another multiverse, him in Secret Wars.
Mm.
That would be sick to see in live action, though. You're right. I never really thought
I don't
about that
know.
till
I don't
now.
know, man.
But
I'm just throwing things out there. Marvel gods,
right.
hear me, hear me roar. But
uh, so last week we said something about Captain America: Brave New World's runtime being released 2 hours 15 minutes. I was
right, and you
super
said it was 1 minute longer
yes,
than what was it?
yes, because
Winter Soldier or
Winter Soldier, because that's what it said on
yeah,
IMDb. Okay, that's what it said on
uh
IMDb.
huh.
Well, now that
And we
tickets are
had
on sale,
Richard Nebbins. He was the
yeah,
one that released that
yeah.
the direct.
So
But
two sources, I mean, are typically solid, but I guess things can change. But now that
yeah,
ticket sales are out and the ticket sales show the runtime of the movie, I think AMC
yep.
was the first one to drop it. It is now an hour and 58 minutes, which now makes it the shortest Captain America movie. Uh, you know,
How you feeling over there, Big Bud? You okay? You good?
it's
Oh
still,
no.
it can still be good. It can still be good.
I'm
Uh,
happy that it's shorter.
oh, I'm sure you are.
I already bought my tickets. Like, I'm already ready to go.
Right,
I
right.
already pre-ordered my ticket. I pre-ordered AB's ticket so we can go at like the same time because we're going to be in
Hmm.
two different states. And like, I'm ready to go and see it, but I'm happy that it's shorter just because I don't have any expectations of it being good.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain things I found out this past week that's like, ugh, kind of got me stressed out a little about it, you know. I mean, like they're
I
having
mean, these
six different.
popcorn buckets though
Oh God,
do seem dope.
dude, yeah, popcorn buckets seem dope. We'll
Yeah.
jump into more positive things after that. Popcorn buckets are pretty cool. Here's one right here.
We're going to the good side of things. So this one has a detachable shield that
Yes.
they like give it to you separately. So it's still flat that you can have like a solid like popcorn bucket. And that one's like an AMC, I think exclusive, or it
Hmm.
might be AMC and like other places. But I saw that one. I thought that one was pretty cool.
It is. Then you got this one, Cab's helmet.
Yep.
Which typically, like if you can find a character now with a cool that has a cool headpiece, that's a pretty going thing now. Is a helmet as a popcorn bucket or a head or something. But
So
the
you think
one
that's a cool like headpiece that needed to be a popcorn
oh
bucket?
no, I don't think that one needed to be honest with
Okay,
you.
okay.
Like as
Just
much
like,
as I'm
oh,
excited for this movie, I am still excited for this movie. I think that popcorn bucket's kind of lame. But anyways, uh, the one that I want, and if you have this at your theater, I'm having you ship it to me. But I want this one. I couldn't find a super good
okay.
clear image of it, but my God, this is so cool. The
Hmm.
Red Hulk, the entire body of the Red Hulk,
Yeah,
pushing like a
yeah.
giant stone, whatever,
Like Boulder.
full of
Yeah, so they
popcorn.
called it the popcorn tub, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's so cute because it's a little red Hulk, and he's like,
Yeah.
Meh.
Yeah. But no, that was pretty cool. I was pretty impressed by that popcorn bucket.
Yeah.
Actually, I would put
And
that popcorn bucket like ranking number 2 under Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, I think that's yeah,
Oh.
I think it's pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. I like
Do
it that
you think
much.
that the Red Hulk is like detachable so you can have him like standing up on your little shelf behind you and just be like pushing?
Oh, I don't know. You would think it would be as big as it is, so you could wash it in a dishwasher, or I guess you
I
have
don't know.
to.
I would always hand wash that. I would be afraid of the
Uh,
paint or something
yeah,
coming
you're
off.
right. Good point.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how I am with popcorn buckets,
Right,
I'm
right.
like, oh, I'm just gonna hand wash these things.
Yeah, well,
Um,
like my certain mug coffee mugs I have, I'm like, that's not going in the dishwasher.
oh
I
yeah, no, I have like a set of knives that are like that,
yeah.
stainless steel knives.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, like there are
Yeah.
certain things that do not go in the dishwasher. That would be one of them. Also, because it's kind of like plasticky, right? So
Yeah. That's true.
I'd be afraid that I would just
Melt
like
it
ruin that shit. Yeah. Oh yeah.
'cause the hot
Um, there were like a whole bunch of posters also that came out. To keep the uptrend of
yeah,
happiness for
yeah.
Captain America. Today they had an international one release, but then like they all look cool. You have one with like Tiamat in the background, and
Yeah.
um,
To
yeah,
me, that's probably my favorite one out of the new ones. I love the glare of the Red Hulk and the shield. That's pretty cool.
yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry I didn't get to the other ones.
No, no, no,
That
you're
that
fine. You're fine. There,
yeah,
I mean, like to say that there are like six that just dropped,
yeah.
that's a lot to just like flip through. So,
Yeah, yeah.
um, they're out there. Go look for them if you want to go see the, with him flying over Tiamat. It's out there. But you're
I
saying that there were six different scriptwriters to go back down on our
yeah,
roller
yeah, no,
coaster
no,
of?
we don't have to go back down. So, first time for everything, first time for success for everything. Uh, but yeah, so it's had 5 to 6 different script writers, some accredited help in writing on top of those 6. So it really has me wondering, like, how well the flow of this is going to be. So we talked last week about Seth Rollins was in it, now he's not. We now have
Mm,
Giancarlo Esposito in it, and, like
how many reshoots did we have? And
yeah,
like they
quite
totally
a
read.
few because and they didn't start doing reshoots till they got a first round of early screenings and it wasn't well reviewed.
Hmm.
So then they're like threw in a whole bunch of other stuff. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's and the other crazy thing is like you're seeing a lot of marketing for this. And this is probably the most marketed MCU movie that has intertwined with like Tide, Baskin Robbins,
yeah.
uh Barbasol, like all kinds of stuff. And so it's like, okay, they're marketing this thing, and you're seeing the actors as well market this thing. But one thing that's kind of weird, and like you typically do see, is the director in the marketing and talking to different interviews and stuff. And the director has been anywhere to be seen yet to talk about this or anything. So there is a first time for everything, you know.
We
Uh,
could be surprised.
could be very surprised. So I'm hoping that it surprises everybody, including me. That
Yeah,
it flows well, everything ties in. You can't tell this is reshoots because I mean that's one issue I think I had with Falcon and Winter Soldier. I love that show, but there's a lot of things that don't work well about that show because it was
you're one
from
of the
COVID.
few. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm saying, like, I love the, idea of the show, but, like, it doesn't flow well to me because
Okay.
there are so many reshoots and things pieced together that were, like, last
Mm,
minute thoughts that were thrown in, and you can tell
yeah.
that, which I hate because I love Bucky and I love Sam, and I wanted a good buddy cop show, which is
Mhm.
maybe the reason I didn't get a good one is why I want, like, a Red Guardian
You
of
had high
Bucky.
expectations kind of thing?
Oh, I did. I did. I
Oh.
did. Yeah.
Oh. I don't know. I just found it kind of boring to me. And um yeah, there's just
Yeah.
like a few series that I just couldn't get into. And that was like one of them. But it could be something that's good, and how we're gonna find out is we're gonna go see it. And
Yeah.
I already pre-ordered. I'm going. I'm going on the 15th, so the day after it comes out. Um, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll find out. But talking things that will be coming sooner and that I think is going to be really good to look forward to, Friendly
Mhm.
Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So that will be releasing January 29th, and it has
Mhm.
been said now and confirmed that we will be getting a 2-episode premiere.
Yes.
So that seems to be
They
a new
have a little of an unusual release schedule is what I've been seeing. So they have the first two
Mm.
that come out on the 29th, and then
Uh,
everything else comes out in February. So like the 3rd, 4th, and 5th are getting clumped together, and then the 6th and the 7th and 8th are getting clumped together, and then the 9th and 10th are getting clumped together.
oh, really?
So
That's weird.
yeah, so you're getting
Huh.
like these 2, 3, 3, 3, 2. So February 5th, the 12th, and then the 19th to end it all
Uh-huh.
out. Um, which is something that like we haven't really seen Disney do before. Like I don't know if it's because they don't really have high expectations for this
Mhm.
series. But yeah, they had a new poster come out that had like that like artwork that you just pulled up, and it looks really dope. Like it shows
Yeah.
like 10 different images, and it's all in like comic style.
Yeah.
Um,
Pull it up again. There it is.
yeah,
Yeah. I
it's
love the
not like
artwork. I
half
think
and
it's
half. Yeah,
unique too.
yeah.
I think they got high expectations for it. I don't think they have as high, like, I don't think they're expecting this to do as well as like some of the main MCU stuff, because this is kind of like I hate to use the term Elseworld since that's what DC's using, but like, it's another multiverse. Well, kind of like you
Yeah,
said, like I mean, this is kind of like a what if,
mhm,
Spider-Man,
yeah.
multiverse type thing. But I mean, they got some big names in this. I mean, Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio are voicing this, Coleman Domingo. So I mean, I hope it does well. I hope it works.
The
I hope.
amount of like possibility for this too
Mm,
is just so high for me. It gives me like what if vibes of like, oh man, what else am I getting? Am I getting like a Stephen Strange, Doctor Strange, you
yeah.
know? Like are we getting, because we got to see like a poster that came out with like a bunch of different characters, and he was
Right.
one of the characters that I saw, and I was like, oh my. Like,
Yeah.
are we doing this? Are we going for it? Um, I'm excited for this. And again, in 9 days it comes out. So I'm definitely gonna watch it. I can't wait to review it with you.
Yeah. Me too. I don't know. I hope this is just like a test of how they're releasing the episodes, just like see how people. But I don't know. Maybe they're going to see like how many people will watch 2 to 3 episodes back to back in groups like that. I know I will. But to me, if you're
It's
going to
me.
do, but to me, like if you're going to like drop them like that, just pull a Netflix and drop it all at once. Just
No. No, because you still gotta have that like wait,
the
it's not
anticipation
every
build up.
day like what
Yeah.
if, it's not every week like our most of our series that have come out in Disney Plus. So I think that they're trying out something new, seeing how this goes, and hopefully it gets good feedback that
Mhm.
we keep this up, because every day is kind of hard to keep up, honestly, especially during the holiday season, because we're around and doing things, and yeah.
Right.
Um, and then every week it's like, oh, I have to wait a week. So I mean,
I'm
for
so
this, I'm excited.
I'm just impatient. I am. But I think that
What?
kinda
That's crazy.
yeah, yeah, not